Good morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I almost tripped. Happy leg day. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys had a beautiful day. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I woke up at 1 in the morning. I fell asleep at 1 in the morning. So I'm a little bit tired, but I still gotta go on my jog. It's 5:23. About to get it. About to keep going. I do think it's leg day today, so that's gonna be fun. But dude, let's go on a jog, bro. Let's not waste time. Got here safely. Right here, my future apartments. I want you guys to really understand that you're a human being. You are a human being, baby, and you are alive, bro. So appreciate it and then understand that you as a human being are limitless. So you can do anything. There's no rules to anything. So go get it. Continue to run. Continue to make money. Continue to be there for your family. Continue to love God. Like, bro, what are the chances of you being here right now? What are the chances that you're able to breathe and you're able to have a perception of the world and you're able to see and hear? Some people can't see or hear. God bless them. But a majority of y'all can. So appreciate it. And dude, just appreciate it, bro. Wow, this feels good. Post run. I'm feeling a lot better this morning. My body's still a little bit sticky, but I feel a lot more open today. So my jog didn't hurt as bad. Usually when I'm jogging, I'm kind of jogging out chueco. And so when I'm done with my jog, my body aches, bro. But today I feel good. Right now though, I'm gonna post my one TikTok shop video and I'm gonna post my own personal jogging video where I'm listening to music just for the fun of it because I don't know, I just like doing it.
Drop those dumbbells. You guys are done. So you got a crazy pump right now. Make sure you like this video. Check out all the other ones in the description below.
Posted one of like my own little personal videos. I got 2 likes right now, some slight. I'm convinced it's not more so me running and it's whatever song I play. So if I play like a banger song, it gets more likes. But like I said, this is just for my personal like just achievement. Like if I'm able to post that I'm jogging every day, I don't know, I think that's badass. I also did post 21 minutes ago and it's currently got 9 views. I've posted 4 times already. You see what I mean? Like it goes quick. I went from posting 0 times. I went from posting 0 times to now having 4 posts. So progress. We're moving inch by inch. Sooner rather than later, I'm gonna start having 2 posts, 3 posts, 5 posts out a day. But we're just getting the freaking systems going.
Until you change your patterns. Now you know the same thing about the active questions about how they can change.
Last night I gave you guys a bit of a background of like my family history and where things stand with me on a personal level, but I'm gonna dig a bit deeper into that. So now we're on the timeline. We're kind of in the present. We're within like the past year and a month, right? So I was with my ex-girlfriend. We were in an apartment. We broke up, and I ended up here, boom, on the couch, right? So that was May of last year. So May of last year on Mother's Day, my ex-girlfriend had broken up with me right after we moved out of the apartment. So we were here on like the couch. We brought our couch from the apartment over here because that couch was like a pull-out bed. So we were gonna sleep on the pull-out bed on the thing. And like looking back, like thank God she broke up with me because like dude, I would hate to put her through that shit. Like the shit that like the sacrifices that we were to go through to get to our goals, like sucks ass. You know what I mean? Having to sleep on the couch of your boyfriend's like you know what I mean? But I will also say she wasn't willing to do that sacrifice, and that was God's way of letting me know like, hey, this isn't the one. There's someone better for you, but you need to kind of hunker down and work on yourself and help your mom out and help your family out and then get mega rich. And then on the other side of all that, there's a beautiful Colombian model waiting for you. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting on God's timing to find me a right relationship. Until then, I am working on myself. I'm making sure I'm right financially. I'm making sure I'm right mentally. I'm making sure that my business is going and I have a nice clear direction as to where I want to go and I'm traveling the world. And then I'll bring another partner into my life and say, hey, look, I've established this in my life. I just want to have fun. Like come join me on this journey. All right, y'all, my dad's here, so the story's going to be put on hold. See, this is why I think it's such a big step for me getting my own little personal space, it's because I'm able to kind of have my own little hunker down, like my own peace, like my own quietness. And I'm getting that soon, which is awesome. After being on the couch for like a year and a half almost, like to be able to make that transition into my own little cave, bro, it's lit, dude. Like we're gonna be able to focus and lock in and just really dedicate our time into our craft and exponentially grow. So that's exciting. Bro, stop brain rotting.
I'm not trying to, but it keeps popping up. Plus, this is from a DVD I watched.
You're not trying to brain rot, but it keeps popping up.
I'm not trying to.
All right, what was that you were trying to show me? What happened? What was
People keep retelling stories from either DVDs, movies, or I don't know. And look how much they get.
Yeah.
They're getting paid a whole frick ton.
Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it?
This is from a DVD I watched on the last day of school called Nanny McPhee.
Like 473,000 likes. Yeah, bro. That dude, someone is sitting in the room making edits of movies, just spawning money out of thin air. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Explore your web. The web in here. The needs, the beliefs, the emotions that are... And the deepest fear is that if I'm not enough, I won't be loved. And love is the oxygen of life.
Alright, what's up, y'all? You guys probably can't see me right now, but that's alright. I just figured after I drop off Coco, I've got about a 15-minute drive before I'm home. And usually I already had my jam out session with Coco. So when I'm driving back, it's either going to be a podcast or it's going to be talking directly to you guys through the camera and just kind of getting in the reps and being more comfortable, you know, I guess being myself or whatever the case may be. And I'm actually just catching myself talking. And as I'm talking, I enter a flow state. And when I enter flow state, I become very present. And it's kind of like a whoa feeling. Because when, like, I just woke up from like a 4 or 5 hour nap. I came, and I don't know why I took a nap. I want to say it was because I just, like, it was freaking try-hard day at work, you know what I mean? So I'm out here freaking moving pallets. There's these things called Gaylords at my job. It's like these giant boxes. And we got to set up, like, we got to spam those shits all day. And we got to fill it up with a bunch of, like, just knickknacks and whatever the case may be. And then I got to move them once they're all full. And those shits get full all the time. But but yeah, I took like a 4-hour nap. And then I woke up and then my nose was runny. My throat's a little bit dry. I'm all sweaty. I'm wearing the same clothes. I'm hungry. And my energy, my vibration is just very down. And as my vibration was down, my head was, like, drifting away. You know, you start getting the doubts part, and you get the doubts. You get the, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just slept for 4 hours. Which now looking back, this car's waiting for me right now. Yeah, my head just kind of drifts away right now. I'm like, whoa. But as my head drifts away, I'm not very present, and I'm just like having these conversations, having these intellectual thoughts, these like weird thoughts. I'm having a lot of thoughts in my head, and it freaking just takes me anywhere but here. So when I'm able to talk in front of the camera as I am now, it really just brought me back in, and it felt good. And I just saw that my hair was all chopped. But anyways, today I'm gonna try to talk about my goals. And I think I've been putting this off. I've been thinking to myself too, it's like, Ivan, why can't I just sit in front of the camera and talk about my goals? And I think it's because I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I don't have clearly defined goals. I've listened to a lot of Bob Proctor, I listened to a lot of Tony Robbins, some Jim Rohn, you know, all these billionaires, multi-millionaires, people who have figured out the code to the game. And the first thing they all say is like, you have to have clarity, you have to have clearly defined goals. And I hear that, and yet I think my first instant reaction is like, wow, so I gotta pick like a very clearly defined goal. Like I have to have an end game, I have to have somewhere that I want, a destination. And I'm like, wow, do I want to like lock myself up to one destination? And the answer is yes, because the first thing that comes to my head when it's like, okay, well, what do I want? What is the end game? And ultimately, I'd want to have my mom's house renovated. I want my mom retired. I want the house paid off. I want to be able to be financially free enough to the point where I don't have to work a job and I'm able to travel, or maybe my job is just like remote. So I'm able to travel all around the world with my job. I'm able to travel all around the world doing the things that I want to do, or at least working remotely. Nah, fuck that. Yeah, I want to do the things I want to do. I want to travel the world doing the things I want to do while my mom's house is renovated and it's fully paid off and everything's good at home, so I can go travel and not have to worry about any problems happening at home. Because financially, my whole family's going to be good. And I want to have that specific, like I want to be at that house for the foreseeable future, because I want to be traveling all the time, that I won't even have to worry about like, oh, I got like a house to take care of at home, I got rent and stuff to like, because no, I'm just kind of cozied up at my mom's house. But my mom's house isn't my mom's house now. My mom's house is fully renovated. Like there's another, maybe we add a room, maybe I'm in the room in the back, or like I took control of the backyard or something, whatever the case may be, whatever God wants it to be, whatever my mom allows it to be. But that is the first thing that comes into my head when I think about clearly defined goals. So then the next question would be, okay, well, how do I go achieve those goals, or what should I do to get those goals? And that's where TikTok Shop comes into play. Or no, here, okay, so my next question was, when that was the first thing that came to my head after I had the conversation with Freddie and Tupac that I had mentioned on another video. If you didn't see that, go ahead and see the last video, because that shit was sauce. I was spitting. I haven't edited it yet, so I don't know how it's gonna come out. And I cried a lot, so I know I'm gonna have to
you know, be a so in terms of like, I guess, lifestyle, that is what I want my lifestyle to be. You know, I'd love to be, it will depend. I want to see where I'm at in the future, but as of right now, I look at content creation as more so of a digital diary and a business rather than a, hey, keep up with my life, like every single, look at these updates, like I went here, I did here, I did here. Like once I'm up, I'm pretty sure I'm out this game, or at least this YouTube game, or this content creation, whatever the case may be. I definitely see myself more so as like maybe taking on bigger projects, bigger like art projects, instead of like a, you know, look at me eat a freaking breakfast shake every day, or let me sell you a course, or whatever the case may be. I want to like maybe act in a movie. Like I want to be a movie star. I want to be a star of some sort. I want to make art. I want to make art, dude. Like I want to be in front of the camera making art. And I guess to clearly define like my terms of art, I'm thinking about some weird fucking like some just wacky, no one's ever seen before, just doesn't make sense because there's no rules. Like something that just really breaks the boundaries. Me drinking a protein shake right now isn't really breaking boundaries. I'm gonna just throw some protein powder and like a milk in the freaking thing, and then it's done. So yeah, anyway, lifestyle. That is how I see my lifestyle. And then, you know, I'm just going to the gym. I'm eating good. Maybe I have a girlfriend. Maybe I don't have a girlfriend. That's another thing I've been struggling with recently. It's loneliness. This idea of you know, feeling like I need a companion of some sort. I have Blackbeard and I have Red and Coco and I have God in my family, and they're also like they're also fulfilling. And I love my family each to their own respect, but like it's just like, I don't know, something about having like a love, I guess, something about having like a partner in crime that really gets you like going, that really gives you that drive, or the, hey, if I did anything in this life, like or if I'm doing anything in this life, like I at least know I have one person that's like I'm just like kind of sharing it with, you know, on a deeper like emotional, very like intellectual, just like vibing, you know. So I do see that in my lifestyle future goal as well. And then, as I mentioned, I'm just traveling the world. Maybe I'm like taking on arts projects in Switzerland or some shit, or like Germany. Maybe I gotta get really defined on the locations I want to be in. I've always wanted to go to Germany. I've always wanted to go to Spain. I've always wanted to go to like the African tribes, like just like the Egyptian pyramids. If I'm going anywhere first, it's gonna be I'm saying it right now. I'm gonna be at the Egyptian I'm gonna be in the Egyptian pyramids, chilling, bro, on a camel. I don't even care if they're trying to scam me. They can charge me $1,000 to ride on a camel, and I'm gonna pay for that shit because I know I worked hard to be on that camel's back. So there you go, camel. $1,000. That'll feel good. If I pull up to Egypt and I give someone, or maybe word will probably spread. I will, you know what? I will go to Egypt and have $1,000 to spend on like several people. Because if I probably give $1,000 to just one person, he's probably gonna let other people know, and then before you know it, bro, my whole bank account's dried. So, but I'm gonna be at the Egyptian pyramid towers, and it's gonna feel very good. I can already feel it. I feel my skin. I probably feel how I feel now. You know, maybe my body's like warm and like sticky, and like my throat's dry, and like my nose is all runny. But like I see the Egyptian pyramid towers right in front of me. Right now, I just see like a Honda Accord. And then speaking of Honda Accord, okay, I gotta fast forward the story a little bit. So that is my lifestyle goal. That is where I want to be in my lifestyle. Right now, my lifestyle is very okay. I'm just trying to figure stuff out. And I'm trying to help myself, and like I'm playing chess with my life a little bit. I'm playing, if I do this today, I know it is helping me tomorrow. So let me continue to do the things I need to do today and move the ball. Right now I'm moving this ball. The next thing is, I guess, the financial aspect of my goals. So going back to when my ex-girlfriend and I had separated and I was by myself, I was trying to figure myself out, and I was on this like revenge type of timing. You know what I mean? It's like everyone has that when they break up with their girlfriend, or the girlfriend, when the relationship breaks apart, they're always just like, oh, I'm gonna go try hard, and I'm gonna make sure that like you see how good I'm doing, or whatever the case may be. I felt like I'm like projecting. This is projection right now. Like that was my mindset. As soon as we broke up, I was like, I'm gonna become a millionaire, and I'm gonna go by any means necessary to go absolutely hard and to prove you wrong, and that, you know. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. As I mentioned, I was making $33 an hour working at a warehouse job that I absolutely hated. And one day I ended up quitting. And then when I quit, I let my girlfriend know that I don't got no money. Like, I don't know how we're gonna pay rent. So we decided to move out of the apartment and live with my mom. The second day living with my mom, she had broken up with me. And then when she broke up with me, I quit my job. I quit another job I had. Damn, I forgot to mention that. See, there's a whole lot of shit that like been going on that I guess you guys need catching up on. Doing things there, if I could look back, if I could do things differently, I would. But I'm just telling y'all how it is. And you know, maybe freaking quitting your job when you got a girlfriend and like cats and shit to take care of, and then being like, yo, we gotta dip. You know, it wasn't the smartest decision. When I had quit the job, obviously I wasn't gonna be like a bum and not try to find another job. And I did actually find another job. I found 2 jobs quite quickly, luckily. And I'm turning the lights on. Hopefully y'all can see me now. So I was able to find 2 jobs, luckily. I was able to find 2 jobs quite quickly. So one of the jobs, I was working at this place that made a bunch of food, like prepackaged food, like salsas and like ham and shit. And my job was to like grab the ingredients from the warehouse and then go inside the soup. The whole place was like really cold, by the way, because like you're keeping fresh ingredients. I don't even know if it was fresh. It was just ingredient. You're keeping ingredients in a very cold warehouse, and that was my job. After I quit the job, I absolutely hated. So I quit that job, and then I think I got even more shitted on. And then what was my second job at the time? I'm trying to remember. It might have been Best Buy or something. Could it have been Best Buy? What was it? Oh no, it was Planet Fitness. Yeah, it was Planet Fitness. I was working that job where I was, you know, cleaning food, or I was working the job where I was working in that warehouse, and then after I would go to Planet Fitness. So I was kind of juggling those 2 jobs, and I ended up quitting that first job after like a couple weeks because it just sucked. And I stayed at Planet Fitness up until my girlfriend broke up with me. So as soon as my girlfriend broke up with me, I quit Planet Fitness. So now I'm just like jobless. Now I don't have any job. And then to backtrack a little bit more, now that I was thinking, just to kind of get you guys all situated and tuned in. So I'm recording content right now. I mentioned that I've been recording content since I was a kid. I've always made YouTube videos, or I used to stream Fortnite under the alias KBy69, which is why my YouTube name now is KBy69V2. And then, so once I had that conversation with Freddie, and Freddie was kind of spitting game, his whole idea, his whole kind of philosophy is content creation is like the future as well. Content creation, like this whole attention is currency thing, and you're able to sell digital products, or you're able to make money online. So that's what kind of sparked this, like, that's what kind of ignited the fuel back in me, because I've always been around content creation and making videos. So when he kind of threw mindset in there, when he threw mindset on top of an idea that like I already had, but I never knew was like really, really possible, that's when it ignited the fire. Like it ignited a flame in me to like be like, whoa, I can actually do this. So I have camera footage too. I recorded content with my girlfriend, which probably added to why we ended up breaking up in the end, because it was a lot, bro. Like I'm like shoving a camera, recording stuff, and then on top of that we're moving out, and on top of that I just said I quit my job, and on top, so like bro, like could you imagine being her looking at this fool, being like, what the fuck is this fool doing? Like, is this fool, did he lose his mind? So and then the reason why I was recording content was because I had the same idea in my head that I have now. So the goals always stayed the same, and that was like a year and a half ago, and that was to retire my mom and rebuild the house, remodel this house. It's always been about this house, like remodel this house, retire my mom, and then live that whole travel lifestyle. But it would have been with her, and we would have like kind of been like a couple YouTube or whatever the case may be, and we would travel the world and have a good time. So I have content too. I don't know if I'm ever gonna throw the content in there. Maybe I'll throw it in as like B-roll of us like putting stuff in storage and all that, or me working at Planet Fitness and then having to go to the other job. And so yeah, so I start recording content. I start recording myself at like that $33 an hour job, and then I end up quitting that job. So I was already kind of posting content. I was posting a little bit of content where I was just recording myself. I even throw in a clip where I'm like, it's like September or whatever the case may be. You can get a full date, and I'll be like, it's not gonna be this way forever. Boom. That's at that $33 an hour job.
It is currently March 10th, 2025. I'm here working a 9 to 5, bro. Look, this is my life right now. This is my life, bro. It doesn't have to be this way, though, and I'm working hard. If you don't work hard, this is gonna be your life for the rest of your life, bro. I don't know about you, but this ain't for me.
So from that $33 an hour job, I quit that one day once the supervisor just like said something. To this day, I cannot tell you what he said because I think it didn't matter what he said. It was more so like the fact that like a supervisor, like a manager is telling me something, I just have to take it. It's like, and to this day it still happens. Like my manager just tells me stuff, and it's like I feel like I'm getting spit on 24/7. And I'm just like, fuck it, I gotta take it. I gotta move these gaylords. You know what I mean? If not, shit, I'm fired. Like, bro, what a weird, wacky concept idea that is. And I'm still stuck in it, you know. So I walked up to the HR office, and then I ended up quitting. So when I quit that job, I got the other job in that cold warehouse storage thing, and then I was working at Planet Fitness at the same time. I ended up quitting that cold ingredients place after like 1 or 2 weeks, and after that job, I got another warehouse job making pills. So now making pills. I'm working at a place that makes pills. So like I would literally like it was like this machine that just like was spamming a bunch of pills, and sometimes like one of the little capsule slots would miss a pill, and if there is no pill in that capsule slot, I have to stop the machine and manually put a pill in there. That was my job, and I have to do that for like 8 hours. And you can like the same thing. Machines are just really loud, so you have to have earplugs in. So once again, like there's no quietness, there's no solitude, no time to think at all. and even like the thoughts that I am thinking in my head when it's really loud would be like, I gotta record this. How can I record this? Make a story out of it. Make it look nice. Get it posted. Because once I was working that pill job and I was working at Planet Fitness was when I started the whole documentation journey of remodeling my mom's house. Sorry, my nose is all stuffy. I have a paper towel right here. Probably blow my nose. And I have water right here too. I am not taking advantage of my resources, guys. I'm sorry. Shout out water. I love water. I have never not drank water, believe it or not. I'm always drinking that shit, bro. It's just that good. I'm working the pill job. I'm working at Planet Fitness. I've already had the conversation with Freddie at the dining table, and he instilled mindset and content creation within me. So I quit my job. I'm working those 2 jobs, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of this 2-job situation. The only way I've always known how, my inner child has known how, and that was just making content and making I guess like a story or like something interesting to watch, making content that is interesting to watch, that isn't boring. Because if you were boring, like the best way I can describe it, and I've seen this firsthand, is if you were making content but you do not enjoy the process, how the fuck do you expect anyone else to enjoy the process? So as I'm talking to y'all right now, I'm very excited and happy that I'm telling my story, and I'm able to like freaking I don't know what the word is. Like I'm able to recount where I've been and all the progress I made and where I'm gonna be at, and I'm able to document it all. Like that idea is so mind-boggling, and I love it. And I love being able to talk in front of this camera. Albeit I still have a lot of practice to do. The lighting's not great. The audio may not be the greatest, but I don't care about none of that because none of that is the point. All of that is just like technical bullshit that like just gets in your brain that should not get in your brain at all. Like don't let none of that get in your brain. Just talk what it is that you have to say because it is literally this that matters. It is just the words that come out of my mouth that matters, not the fucking lighting. You know what I mean? Like now that you guys are kind of caught up on that, I'm working the 2 jobs, and then on top of working those 2 jobs, I'm recording content of the process of us moving out, my ex and I moving out of the apartment and moving into my mom's house. And it only ever got to that part because the second day we moved into my mom's house, we had broken up, so that was wraps. So I have content of the whole process of my ex and I moving out of the apartment. But then I guess the idea would have been that now we're grinding it up at my mom's house. And have y'all seen Erlin on the Daily? There's this Instagram account called Erlin on the Daily, and it just reminded me because that's literally why I started this whole process. So I quit the warehouse job. I quit the $33 an hour job, and I had no idea what to do. I had no idea what the game plan was. So what I naturally did as a human being that has no goals and fucking just had no idea what was going on, I was scrolling Instagram. And as I'm scrolling Instagram, I find this channel, this Instagram account called Erlin on the Daily. And if you guys search him up now, it's like it's a guy and a girl, and like they had a baby, and they lived in like Massachusetts or some shit. And he was trying to he's trying to like grind up for his girl and his baby. So like they bought a house in Massachusetts and they're trying to pay it off. And I think he ended up paying it off, but he like oh shit. Dang, I can't turn on this light. All right, I'm gonna go inside, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna go inside.
This guy here, Erlin on the Daily, he's got about 100, almost 200,000 followers right now. And his whole thing was he had bought a house in Massachusetts, and he has a girl, and he has a baby, and he's like grinding up DoorDash in his like little moped, like he's just in the fucking trenches, and he was recording it all, and he ended up actually paying off the house, and he got super viral, and people loved watching his content. And as I had just quit my job, and I had no idea what to do, but I did kind of have this like spark of like creativity of recording content in me because I've been doing this my whole life. I'm here just like doom scrolling one day, and I see that fool's like little video pop up on my feed,
And I was like, wow, that's a cool concept. You know, he's documenting his journey to rebuilding or remodeling or paying off, whatever the case may be. I think it was paying off his house in Massachusetts while he's grinding up DoorDash and fucking, you know, doing all this. And I was like, bro, that is a sick ass story. And then it got me thinking that everybody has a story, but like people just like watching stories. People like being involved in like something and like almost as like a reality TV show. It's like Love Island. Like so many people love Love Island. My cat decided to join me. This is Red, by the way. He's chilling. He's a good boy. So boom, I have no job. I don't know what to do. I see Erlen on the daily. He has this sick ass story, and then I'm also. Now I have to backtrack a little bit. See, there's so much onions to this layer, and it just keeps getting more peeled. So to backtrack even before that, when I was in the apartment with my ex GF, I ended up, you know, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I took a tab of acid with my nephew, and my nephew is older than me, so you know that's a whole other fucking thing. My nephew is older than me, and I took a tab of acid with my nephew, and then he went and fucking told my family, and then my family and I had beef for like months, bro. Like I didn't end up talking to my family at all for months, and while I was not talking to them, my sister was like mad depressed. Fucking shit was just falling down the roof. Like, bro, like I found out, bro, shit was just bad, and I had no idea. I completely distanced myself from my family, which is why I'm forever grateful for them today, because of the fact that they're able to just bring me back in with open arms and with just like nothing but pure love. Like that's why I have to go fucking hard and I have to do this shit. I want to make sure that none of them ever have to work a day in their life. Like that's the type of shit I'm on now, and I was only able to get to that type of clarity through experiencing that distance from them, and then going to God and starting to go like once you come to God and once you come to like just like an understanding that there's a higher power above you, then you start to like kind of get your brain gets less fogged up with all this like petty like shit that does not matter, like the sports or the politics or you know all this other little minuscule shit, the TV shows or the games or you know all that does not matter once you start to understand, or once you start to not understand life. You know, that's a better way to put it. Once you start to not understand life and you start to realize like what the fuck even is all this, that is when you know like that's like when you're able to communicate to God the most, and then God starts to like unravel. Like he starts to show you stuff. You know, like he's like, bro, I don't know how to explain this, man. Yes, I don't know how to explain this yet, but just take my word for it, bro. Someone who was such a like a lost like soul, someone who was lost in the sauce, and you know had fallen under so much like sin and badness, and just like to be able to just open yourself up to God and see what He has to show you. It's crazy because then He does show you, like He will literally show you. And the way He had shown me was through like shoving it in my face, like letting me know, like bro, like you're a fucking piece of shit. Ivan, look, you're out here tripping about your girlfriend and about your apartment and about your this, and your sister's over here mad depressed about to kill herself. Like where are your priorities here? You know. And that really was a wake up call. So yeah. So now that you guys are all kind of caught up, now we fast forward over to when I'm like making or like I'm scrolling and I see Erlen on the daily, and I was like, bro, like I was like, my parents have had this house